Good evening. So far you have studied about fundamental principles, how GNSS works, and what are the various methods and technology involved, and how you can precisely get your location. So now, how it is being used in day-to-day life. So there are many applications of GNSS. So one of the most famous one which we encounter in daily commercial or private life is location based services. So in today's lecture we are going to learn what we mean by location based services, how location is generally calculated in your day to day life, and how it is being used, and what are the various categories or type of location based services, and how uh, application of GNSS helps us in day to day life. So I believe by now you understand how GNSS work. So if I ask you, uh, is it a GNSS works as a passive or active? It means from the satellite constellation for using which you calculate the location, right? So for this, the device which we use are generally simple, passive in the sense they are just a receiver. They don't need to send anything to satellite. They just only receive. That's why this become very famous, because satellites are very good in broadcasting and two-way communication. There is a lot of limitations, and it also throws some challenges. So my lecture will cover that. So what is location based services? These services which are dependent on the location of, it may be the location of the user may be important. Sometimes the object, good or information which we want to, which service provider want to provide, that location is important. And sometimes the location of the service provider or consumer. And at the same time, sometime it may happen that you may be interested in the point of sale, because based on that your charges may vary, right? So so there are multiple things. So all these services which actually require your location is called location based services. We'll see by further slides which what are they. So services which are dependent on the location are called location based services. So they can be just simple service, they can be actually goods, they can be information, but it require information or idea about your proximity or your location. So how positioning is done in mobile? So if I ask this question, so what happens is, this is because already you know how GPS works. So you know that to fix a GPS receiver, we require the orbital parameter or the current location, current satellites which are in my visibility, right? So based on the time when I opened my GPS receiver, it may take from 0 to 20 minutes, that we know, right? But day to day lives, the position which we require in mobile, we cannot wait for 20 minutes at a location to track our position, right? So this is a problem. Normally if you use GPS, it has high time to first fixing is important. So generally what happen in a traditional or conventional application where our GPS is always on, so first fix is done. Suppose I install this GPS for next 1 year, so if I need to wait for 20 minutes, it doesn't matter, right? Because after that continuously you can calculate your location. But for the mobile and other, that is not true. At the same time, I cannot keep my GPS receiver always on, because mobile and smartphones are very much want to preserve the battery, right? So battery is limited. You Most of you might have noted, if you use navigation for too long, you may see that your battery will drain faster than normal operations. So when we are not using navigation, it is always advisable that, or by default your OS will stop the GPS receiver. So whenever you on the GPS receiver, there is a high time to first fixing. So first fixing may take some time. To solve that, generally most of the our mobile or handheld devices use AGPS. AGPS is called assisted GPS. So similar to satellite based augmented as systems like SBAS system like Gagan and other, where we are using some satellite to augment the location. Here we are using assistants to mobile devices. So what happens? What you require to fix a GPS? You require a orbital parameters and the location of the satellites which are in my visibility. Right? These ephemeris data are sent by each satellite after 20-minute cycle, as we understand by now, based on the principle of GNSS. The GPS uses 20 minutes for sending the ephemeris data. But our problem is we cannot wait so much time. So what happens in assisted GPS? These data are stored by multiple servers by your service provider. So whenever you are on GPS, these data is not coming from the satellite. In that case, using internet, these parameter will come to your mobile, and based on that, you will be able to fix your GPS location. So that's why you might have noticed, all of you might have noticed, first you when open your any navigation app in your mobile, first time it will look big blue circle will come. So that big blue circle tells that your location is approximate within some 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer range. Then as the time progresses, within few seconds, you will see that you are able to get position within 5 meter, 3 meter or 10 meter based on the quality of receiver and the algorithm. So initially it will be high because initially position is calculated using the AGPS. So there are multiple methods, but that will be out of scope. But this is important because it is not like if you want to calculate your position, only you should depend on the GNSS based satellites like GPS or other. There are other internet based servers which can help you to approximate your location, and then the further once you know approximate location, you can easily get the satellite parameters and then you can refine your location. Right? This is one problem. Problem is that there is a high time to first fix in normal GPSs, but normal smartphone users, when we want to use any location based service, I cannot wait for 20 minutes so that my GPS is fixed, then I will do navigation or I will order something, right? So AGPS helps you. So AGPS basically is as a GPS parameter, continuously operating GPS receiver around your area, and that data is already stored in the some server, and they will provide you all the parameters so you can easily fix. So fixing is problem is solved by AGPS technology. So you might have, if you now as you attended this lecture, now if you go to see any latest tablets, mobiles or thing, then you may see that sometime they write that AGPS supported, means not only GPS receiver but also assisted GPS is also supported. Right? Now first problem is solved, that now I can quickly fix my location, and because I am using internet, I need to send my my current location. Sometimes we use cell tower location also to track you, so your location you can calculate. But second problem is, whoever is the service provider, you need to send your location. So there comes the situation of privacy. Means you don't want everybody to know where you are, what you are doing, which place you are at what time. So if you want to preserve your privacy, then this is again problem. First level is I am not able to calculate location. Now I am able to calculate too precise location. I don't want to send this precise location to my service provider. Right? So generally these solutions are provided by OS level. So you can custom do setting for which app to use the precise location or some app to use the approximate location. So OS level resolution will be, approximation will be done, and approximate location may be sent to the service provider based on the requirement. So you might have seen whenever you install many apps, it will ask for permission. If you don't give location permission, still it can work, or if you don't give permission for precise location, still it may work, but without taking your precise location. But in some services you may require precise location. So first problem is technical, second problem is ethical. So first problem where you want to fix quickly, so AGPS is solution. Most of the smartphones which you use comes inbuilt with the AGPS. So if you are internet so that's why if you are not connected to internet, maximum time it can take to fix is 20 minutes. But if you are connected to internet, you may see that you will be the GPS fixing will be done fast quickly because it is taking parameter from the internet based service. But there is no requirement of internet to access GPS. By I think by understanding the basics, this might be clear to you that internet is not required, but internet may assist you in quickly fixing problem. Right. So what are the popular location based services? Right. So as I say, it require any service which required location. So there are services like goods delivery. So you have a courier service, parcel service, which actually depend on what is the sender location, what is the receiver location. Similarly, food, medicine. So a lot of delivery system you may see that location based services are used. Then for navigation, so you can use vehicle navigation, you can use vehicle charging apps, you can use the vehicle filling stations. So all these things are information are generally provided by navigation based services. So they also require location. Suppose you want to go to point A to point B, so both locations should be known, then only it will able to navigate you through. Social networking sites, they are also location based service because based on the location you will get different feeds. Facebook news, if you are in India, if you are in some states, so surrounding what happening in your surrounding. Similarly, Twitters, if you see what is trending in your area. LinkedIn, what jobs are, which area you are and what jobs are around, what are the kind of professional who are using around your area. So that kind of information is provided to user because they are fetching your location. Based on the location, they are providing the information. So these social networking sites also use location based services. Then last one is less popular. If you see in the popularity, first one is more popular, second is navigation. Social networking also we not always use location based service, but data collection is particularly used in projects where you want to do survey, some projects where you want to do crowdsourcing or opinion polls, or sometime in the scientific project also you want to involve the common man. So that is called citizen science. And many times for field data collection, whenever you collect any field data for say soil sample, so say any vegetation sample or you water sample, or sometime we use sensor for air quality. So we are, apart from the all the parameter of that, we want to collect the location also. So for this also we require location, and there are some solutions which I think last one will be discussed more because it requires some technology and their wide usage. So you can use in multiple projects, multiple places for field data collection. Right. So location based service, as we say, is very general. As the time progress, you may see everything everywhere we are using location now. So but still, if you want to categorize location based services, so we can broadly categorize into two categories based on the does it require internet or does it not require internet, right? Online versus offline. So though calculating your position is an offline process, means internet is not required if satellites are visible. So that is true for most 99% of the places. You may find at least 3 or 4 satellites in the GNSS constellation of your choice, say IIRS, say GPS, anyone. So you can calculate the location. But the service provider who actually provide you service, for that do you require internet? Suppose you want to order some food from Zomato, yes, you require internet, because otherwise how come order will be received by the user, right? But suppose you want to navigate from point A to point B, so there can be offline solutions. There can be devices which inbuilt already loaded all the maps. So maps are already loaded in your device, so you don't require internet. Similarly, you might have seen that some of the navigation apps which you have in your mobile phones have also, in the setting you can see it can work offline. When you enable offline, it will download all the maps offline into the your mobile phone, and whenever internet is not there, it will able to work. So not all the apps will support offline activity, but they are dedicated device which only work online, and there are some which can work both online and offline, which are, as I discussed, like Google Maps or Apple Maps, they provide both Similarly, we have some navigating apps like Map My India, here, SetNav. So they are used primarily for navigation. So there one version which comes with the device and all the apps preloaded, and you can update anytime, say each 3 months, each 6 months, whenever new updation is there. But while using the navigation, you don't require internet. So that is one category. Second category I can divide is, see, nowadays what happens, smartphone becomes so common that we assume that for everything there is a mobile app. But there are many services which are browser based, in the sense you create a web application, you open in a web browser. So that can be open in your desktop PC, that can be open in a mobile PC, and there also you can use this. You might have seen that Facebook work in browser, your Google Maps work in browser, Apple Maps work in browser. Similarly, Map My India also works in browser in your desktop. At the same time, it can work in mobiles. So browser-based solutions are there, and there are some which are mobile app-based. For this, you need to install a mobile app, then only you are able to use. So most of the solutions which support offline will enforce you to install the mobile apps without. But nowadays, even we will see in the today's demo also, browser based offline work also we can do, because browser also has some cache, so we can use that cache to work offline. And finally, generic versus specific application. So you might have seen that there are multiple apps for each thing, like if you want to order food, so Zomato is one, Swiggy is one, they are like generic apps. But if you see the apps of KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's, they are like specific application, because they only cater requirement of one service provider, right? So they are called specific application. Generic application is one application work for all. But these Zomato, Swiggy, they are paid, so paid in the sense, even to use that, both the service provider need to register with that. So there may be some limitation, but yes. So this is a popular example, but we'll see the more technical one which we can use for any our scientific project, usual project, because Zomato, Swiggy, again they are specific, particular to the food delivery, but at least, and they provide service for generic one. But these applications are dedicated to one company, right? But they are not very generic. So you can define an app very generic, a very specific, or in between that. So these are the basic three criteria by which you can categorize location based services. So today's what we'll do is we'll try to understand a generic application for collecting data. And this is ODK. We call this an open data kit. So this solution is proposed around 12 years back. What they use is, because most of the time when we want to collect data, as we are discussing data collection, right? So data collection, last one, if you see data collection, what we generally do for collecting data, we create a survey, right? So I can all data collection requirement, I can convert, I can create equivalent survey forms. So you create a template, right? Even offline, if you want to do, what you do, you create a template, a number of questions, and possible answer. If a multiple choice answer, so you give multiple choices, or there may be some check boxes where user can choose multiple answers. So what applies to him, there can be some fill in the blanks, or there can be some descriptive questions that generally you want to, this kind of data you want to collect. In the location based services, apart from that, you want to capture the location from where user is filling the form, right? So you create a template, you make multiple copies. If you want to do offline or a paper based, you make multiple copies and give to distribute to individual user. They fill the form, then you collect them and compile them together. That we call as a aggregation. You make multiple copies of the form, so give to everyone who, from where you want to collect data, or you go to different places and fill the same form, same template form multiple times, and bring back all this and aggregate this data, because same question you have multiple answers, right? So any data collection requirement can be converted into a survey form, and from that you aggregate data, then you do analysis or whatever is your project goal. So data collection, so form designing, data collection, and last one is, so you design a form, you collect data, and last one is you aggregate the data. So what ODK has done is they provide platform where you can design the survey form and you send to a server, right? So what happens is now you don't need to develop a mobile application for collecting data for each survey. So it is like if you want to use GIS, you develop GIS software. That is not true, right? So you can have one GIS software used in multiple applications by multiple people in different way. You can create multiple data. So same way what ODK technology has done is they provide a server, free server, which you can host in your own environment. They provide a free app which you can install in mobile application. Only thing is whatever data you want to collect, you need to create a template, upload into the server, and all the mobile apps which are connected to that server will get this form and they will fill the data and data will again come back to the server, right? So we have seen that there are multiple GA location based services, and what we are currently seeing is how we can use these multiple location based services in generic way. So how if you have a requirement of collecting data, location based data, how you can use a generic app. So this is one solution. So what they provide is a mobile app which is called ODK Collect. So if you have a mobile, you can easily try it out. Search for ODK Collect, you can install it. And I will, as next slide I will explain, even without mobile app also you can use it. Okay. Second advantage is I create a template, put it to the server. All the apps which are connected to the server will get that template, blank template, right? Once they get the blank template, now they need to fill the data. So now what will happen, even if the user is offline, he can go to the field, collect data, fill data, and no internet is required, no communication with satellite server is required. Once he come back, or once it connected to the server, automatically whatever filled data, it will be sent back to the server. So in this way it works with internet and it works without internet also. So internet is only required when we want to download the blank survey template to the mobile app, and after filling when you want to send it back, right? Once data is so what happens is for each form all the submission which are submitted by different users from different location is stored in the ODK server, and we call this process as aggregation. This aggregated data now you can download and analyze, right? So there are free apps, free data collection softwares. Only thing you need to install one mobile app and you need to have one server running, right? So this is what generic application. Now in GIS field or geospatial field, this is not sufficient. We want to do visual mapping, we want to do spatial analysis, I want to create a layer out of the survey form created. So there are a lot of such requirements, or you have already a GIS layer from which you want to for which you want to collect the data, right? So but other than GIS, this is a traditional format where you can use it and then you can download this data as a CSV or Excel file and you can import into GIS, you can analyze, right? So that is very much possible without requirement of developing mobile application, without requirement of developing any complex software. You are able to collect location based data from different users using this generic kit which is called open data kit. Okay. Now what we are doing is now if you want to do GIS space, so all these things we need to take care. Like here this ODK kit, what it does is they are open rosa based or they are standard based X form standard. So they call XML based form or X form. So what they do is whatever you design template in Excel or in the web base, it is saved, converted in XML and X form. XML is nothing, XForm is nothing but XML file, standard XML file. It is converted to standard XML file and uploaded to server. This XML will go to the mobile app. Then based on the XML, the mobile app will visualize the questions and take answer from the user. Then after then again it will convert it to XML and send back to server here. And all the aggregated data now you can download as a CSV or some file, and then you will import to any software where you want to analyze. What we are doing here is, now we are using a GIS layer. It can be a shape file, it can be a GeoJSON file, it can be a GML file, doesn't matter if it is a GIS layer. Or so we can open in QGIS, and from this layer corresponding to layer attributes we can create a survey form using QRealTime. So what we are in IIRS, or what this solution does is, this is a case study where you can use this ODK based solution in your GIS environment. So you create a layer, you convert that into a XML based form and upload into the server. So again, what a layer to corresponding to a GIS layer, one XML will be created similar to previous solution which I have seen. So previously we are using some Excel based or some web form to convert XML. Now we are directly, our GIS layer is converted into XML form, and that is gone to the server. Now this ODK server and the ODK collect app which we discussed in previous slide. So this is already installed in multiple users. So they just need to, what will happen is, the QRealTime plugin which is installed on QGIS will require address of the server. So this server can be anything. Again, it's a generic app, so you can provide your own custom server address. Once server address is provided, whatever command you do to collect data, it will go to the server here. And as soon as it's available, it is all connected mobile apps can see that, they can fill the data, they can send back to the server. Next thing what it will do is, you, if you want to import whatever data people are collecting, you want to import and see in GIS. So you just need to click import and you select the name of the layer or form. Automatically corresponding data will be downloaded and imported into your GIS package, where you can do any GIS based analysis, location based analysis which you want to do. Similarly, if you use the sync functionality here, so anytime any new submission come, after each time sync interval, it will keep syncing and new submission will be keep added. So you can get in real time using your normal GIS software, you can find out how many people are filling the data, right? So if I summarize, what we learned in last few slides or last few minutes is, location based services are everywhere. Location is very far more important, and to you there are different category of location based services. And what we are currently learning is how we can use data collection, how we can use these GNSS based solutions or mobile apps, generic mobile apps, so that you can use in your project, because these all are used by some service provider. Now you want to collect data from, for your project, by multiple people or by your own team, and how you can use this technology. So I explained you one such technology, ODK. This is freely available project. And suppose some of you who are interested in using ODK based technology in GIS, so I provide a ready-made solution which do all the mundane work of converting your GIS layer to XML form, then XML form to again GIS layer, or they're converting into another format, everything, aggregation, syncing, making a copy, everything. This solution QRealTime, when you install in QGIS, it can directly do that for you. You can collect data. What next we will do is, I will quickly demonstrate how actually you can do within short span of time. You can use mobile app to collect your own data. Then I will send the link by which you people will be able to collect the data, and I will say how it is easy using this QRealTime plugin to visualize this data in the real time, right? So we'll have a small demonstration, and in between I will send a link which you need to click. Okay. Yes. Yes, so this loaded. Very good. So I'll create a new project here. I will, okay, share anyway. Yes, so now uh, this plugin is already installed. So how to install this plugin? It is very simple. Uh, in the plugins, you can search for ODK, or if you know the name of the plugin, QReal time, you can search for that. Find it out. What is the latest plugin here, right? Right. So plugin installed. You can homepage is here, so you can click on homepage to go to the documentation of the plugin, how it works, what is this, right? You just need to search by the name ODK or QReal time or mobile data collection. That's just keyword in the plugin repository of QGIS. It is similar to what you do in normal app store of Android, right? Okay. So because plugin is already installed, only thing I need to configure server. So I am using here the Kobo server. Again, they are, as I say, the ODK is provide open source solution for data collection. So there are multiple servers available. What server I am currently using is Kobo Toolbox. As the class progress, I will, in the demonstration, I will show you the link also. Okay. So I need to create a new layer as normally I create. So I'm just creating a new layer. Say LBS class in the desktop. Yes, fine. Right. So what are the different fields I want to create? uh, I want to have name of the candidate. I want his of course I want to take his location, so that's why I'm creating a point file. So I'll select point here, and I want to see his name, his feedback. So this feedback I want to take as a number, so I will say whole number. And there is an optional field if you want your to upload your selfie, that you are free to do. So I will put that as a text file. I will explain why I'm choosing that text. So name, feedback and selfie, that is sufficient. Now I say okay. So I have created a LBS layer, right? But currently don't have any data. So what I will do is, again I will add some background map so that you can see it. So I will go here. I want to add some background maps. So services, map service. Map services. Okay. Quick map services, right? This is an optional one. You do, if you don't want, you don't require it. So you don't need to install. Only thing so that you can see what is your location. That's why I am putting this. So if I say quick map service, I will add lot of more data here. Okay, right. Now if I go here, so I can see there are a lot of service providers. So you can use any any map or anything which you want. So once I use, so there are different locations, right? We are here someplace. Okay, great. So now I have created a file. This file is empty, and if you see here, source fields. So these are three fields. So generally in GIS, so some of you who are aware, So if you want to digitize anything, you generally use any background map of satellite image and toggle editing, then you can create a point file, right? So once you create a point file, it asks for all these three fields: name, feedback, and selfie. All I need to type. But imagine this situation if I tell a user to type in mobile. So typing in a one thing by which why people are buying laptop and desktop and not buying mobile is because typing in a mobile is difficult, right? And now if you ask user to type in mobile, then your purpose is defeated. So to overcome that, what I will do is accept name, rest of the things I want user to just select, don't type. So for that I get to attributes, attribute form. I say for feedback is a number. So I want to give them a value map where if they choose 1, it means the feedback is good or satisfactory. If I say 2, so value of 2 means it is good, and 3 means uh, feedback 3 would be like very good, and fourth one is excellent, right? So these are the just form I have created. I say apply, right? In the selfie, actually I made it text. Why? Because I want to store the address of the photograph or some file. So I say attachment. So it means this I want to have a look. I want to don't store any data here, but a location of the file where the data is stored. So just for selfie, I want to have photograph or something. So I choose attachment. I say apply. Okay. So now if you see, if I digitize and click some place, it is asking me for choosing the option in place of typing, and here browse option is come, so you can browse and link with data, right? So this part I have done. I have what I have done is I have customized this GIS layer in a way that your data collection is now mobile friendly. So whatever I do in the desktop, same if I want to do in mobile, now it is easy because I don't need to type. I will just choose from the drop down and I just need to type my name. So I have not changed anything. Then for photographs also I made the attachment so that a file can be attached. Now it is easy. So this I have done. So traditional environment, if you do this, now you want to do same thing in your mobile. So what I have done is I have used the Cobot Toolbox server. Why? Because the Cobot Toolbox server is freely hosted by UNOCHA, right? So Cobot Toolbox server is freely hosted by UNOCHA for rapid data collection because the and UNOCHA is a United Nations Center for Coordinating Humanitarian Affairs. So all lot of UN offices require lot of data collection requirement. So they hosted a common server. Anybody can join here and create an app. If you are a researcher, you can create one app. And if you are a humanitarian purpose, you are using something, you can create one account and log in. And this server you can connect with the ODK Collect or any app, or even it will provide a form link which can be used anywhere, right? So I have already created account. You are free to create your own account, and this account and the credential, the server address of this server, right? That I have provided to my plugin because I need to communicate with this plugin, right? So I just check I will check my plugin here. So right. So this is my username and I will keep my password, and once I log in, yeah, so there is all as I discussed, there is option to create a new project, new form, and then it will, as we discussed, once I create a form, that form will be published into the server. Once that is published in the server, all the mobile apps or the links which are using this server can fill the data and bring back. But I am not going to do that here. What I am going to do is here, because I have connected it to the Kobo toolbox, I just check it, I say okay, and I put my username password there and the server address. I say it make online. So once I make online, you may see that after some time you will get response that yes, layer is online, now you can correct the data from app or someplace. So what I will do is I want to share this link with you guys. So if I see deployed here, so one new layer is created. This LBS is ready here, and for this you want to collect data. So this is the link how you can collect data here, right? So this data you need to fill. So this link I want to share with you guys. So I think for sharing I need to open, no, okay, just give me 1 minute. 1 minute, I will share this link with all the participants. Okay. Yes. So if I want to create my location, I can fill like this. So give me 1 minute. So you will also get the link to this form so that you can fill. So I have captured my location. I'm writing my name and I'm saying it's a good, and I will attach some picture here. Sorry, I don't have any picture here. Anyway, it is optional. So I will send this data. So you can see that as soon as I say, okay, this is queued. So now it is working offline. Whatever submission I am doing, it is stored in the browser itself, and each 1 minute or 2 minute, the data will be submitted. So now data is submitted. And this I can see in the QGIS here. So now if I want to import this data, I can just simply say import. Yeah, I can choose from where I want to import data. I say okay. So one data has come. So I can zoom to layer, right? So you can see that this data has come. I can click on information and see what this data actually has. So the see name and the thing which I have filled is already here. Now what I will do is I want whatever data will be filled by the user to come instantaneously. So yeah, now I made sync on. So each 30 seconds will check for if anyone has submitted any data and it will come. So we'll have just 5 minutes break. In the break, I will send the link. 5 minutes break, please. Right. So I can see that I have sent the link. You can find out in the e-class comments and the YouTube live comment section, find the link, and already one data is filled. So this is one data which I can see here is from Pune, right? So what it is doing, as soon as you people are filling the data starts coming here. So this is near to Pune. I think, yes, Pakarbach Society in, yeah, this is the location. So this is from Ritik. So Ritik, who is attending this class, may can confirm if he is actually sending data from here. So he has send his comments here, and I think he has not attached any photograph. So if we can attach that, all data also we can see. So now we have one more data, so I can say zoom to layer. So I can see that one is coming near to Ahmedabad. Yes, so they have sent one photograph also. So it is from Bansal, right? So if I opt, now we have 6 data points. So it is covering around India. Okay. So I will change the color. I will change this color to something, yeah, let's say red, so that I can easily identify. Yes, so there are one from Ahmedabad, one guy from Mumbai. So I can click here. Yeah, Dhuang is from Mumbai. So he is sending data from, of course, you may find that it is breach of privacy, but you can see by sending your location, exact address from where you are sending, I can see it, right? So this is one. So we have 8 submissions now. Yeah. Yes. So one is from, I think, more than one. 2 submissions from Lucknow, Hityasha, Yogesh Joshi, very good. We have one from Agra, Dipanshu. One is here, Alwar, Aniket Mina, very good. And Delhi, we have one from Palak, right? And yeah, so I can see 2 submissions here. So no photograph, no photograph, fine. So we have total 27 submissions now. So you can see all the users who are logging from different location, uh, starting from Arunachal Pradesh, right? We have one from Kolkata, Patna, Lucknow. Now it is 40. So why I am giving you this demo is, one is understanding of the technology. Second thing is, you can see, appreciate how easy it is for you to calculate data. Now this is, everything is saved in your GIS layer. So you can see how you can manage a remote team for collecting data. So consider if you are doing some kind of surveying or sampling, or you want to have photograph of this many location by different users, so you can use this. So there are total 56 submissions, and you can see that here. So from, even we have some from near Vijaypur, near Jammu, I think. Yes. Yeah, good. Satyam from Jammu. Yeah. So now we have total 70 submissions. And one submission from here. I'm not sure who is this guy, but yeah, Ravi Pandey. Uh, are you there, or you have manually submitted there? Anyway, so I can see some positions which are off the map location. Across India, if you see, there are north to south. I can see lot of locations from where the southernmost point is Bangalore, right? And the current location, we have a lot of from western, eastern, northeast, and the New Delhi and surrounding area. This in Junjunu, I think, is in Rajasthan. Yeah. So total 91 submissions are here. So yes, what I will further show you, you can, yes. Okay. So this can be used for location based attendance. You can use location based data collection application. So you can use for multiple purpose this technology, and not only points. So points are more simple. You can use the same ODK collect app or this uh, web based link which I have provided you for collecting data for line, polygon, everything. So please do visit our plugin app here. By if you want to visit that, I will just show how to install it again. Just you need to go to the plugin manager, right? Search for ODK, install this app, create a free account in Kobo Toolbox, and use this for your data collection requirement. So we have 130 submissions, and here you go to home page, everything is here. If you want to use it, it is open source, freely available. If you want to change anything, this code is also available. And if you find any bug, you can report the bugs. We are actually looking on it. And if you want to, already some bugs are reported, you want to propose a solution, that is also available. That is the power of open source. You can use entire code in GitHub, right? So this is the one where you can find what is there in individual code, what is there in individual line. You can download, you can change, you can customize. So everything you can do how it is working. But if you want what I really appreciate is you use this for your project, and okay, there are total 159 submissions. So almost, if I only draw the locations, I can find more, at least entire India is covered, and some from our neighboring country. All places I can see from where data is coming, right? So please use it in your project. Remember the name Q real time. Now use it and give your feedback how far, how useful it is for your project. And if you have any particular suggestions or any guidance required, feel free to mail me, or you open this plugin homepage and you'll find the link and mail address, everything there. Okay. So now I am open for questions. So if you have any question, you can ask. While you can see they are 1 to 87. So what I will do is I will just focus in the India map here. Yeah. Yes, and I will open the session here. Yes, so if you have a question, you can ask here. Okay, welcome back. So generally find general questions like what is difference between ArcGIS and QGIS. So it's a straightforward answer, simple. QGIS, why I'm using it, is open source and freely available. ArcGIS is proprietary, so you may need to pay something, but in return you will get excellent service from their team. So any proprietary software you use, you get a service and support, while open source provide you free. And second thing, open source, if you are slightly advanced user, so you can find some advanced tools here, and also it is free to experiment. You can custom develop your own, and your clients need not to buy any software. So that is the only thing. So what I can see is a lot of people are able to collect data. So I have around 245 submissions. So I'm happy that you are able to use it. Only thing you need to create is I have just given a demo and slide demonstration how you can use it. You need to create account in a some server, either ODK server or Kobo Toolbox server. Kobo Toolbox server is free. Provide your URL and username password in this plugin so that it connect to that server. Then you can provide the sync interval. So by each sync interval, it will check for the new submissions. So menu is very simple. You, if you open plugin homepage, you will able to do. So there is an option for sync, import, and make online. So if I stop syncing, it will stop collecting new data, but whatever data collected already, like 252 entries, they will be there. Okay. So there is around 255 now. So I will stop syncing. So it will be fixed. So no more entries will come. But you can see how it is easy. Within few minutes, you are able to use GIS layer. From GIS layer, you can create a form, and from the form, you will able to collect data. Okay, this is from my side. So there's some question like, yes. So Abhishek question is, yeah, can I download CSV Excel? Yes, yes. This is very easy. Actually, that is provided by the Kobo and aggregate server also. Directly you can download from their CSV. What we are doing in QReadTime, we are providing you as a GIS layer or shape file. Now, can you export this data into some other format? Yes. You can save these features in any format which you want. Right? Even if you want to export as a CSV file, that is easy one. CSV file, then CSV file can be loaded. But what we are doing is we are directly creating into shape file. Yes. So Ramakrishna question, source code of GitHub, how the location is protected. Yeah, location protection is the one which is generally OS level controlled. So you can give permission or you don't give permission, that is up to you. How precise it will go, that is up to you. Job prospect, sorry, I cannot comment right now. But even if you are working in GNSS, there are different domains. So if you are application of GNSS like this, so you need to have a geospatial background, and you should be able to use GNSS along with other things. And but if you are into technical thing where you electronics background, so then you need to make a specialization of making chips or something else, that is different one. But in the location based services, there are different approach. So location is the one component, not the entire one. Okay. Yes, you can use Linux and source code, everything. Once you click on the plugin homepage or plugin, so you can see plugin link here, right? So you can click on it. So you can find the link for the code repository, directly open GitHub page, or you can open home page. From there you can find links to different components which will be required to understand and learn QGIS or learn these tools. Everything you will get in the home page, or you can click on code repository and directly you can go to the repository. So just you install this plugin, everything will be available. Only thing, if you want to integrate with Kobo Toolbox and other servers, just enable the experimental plugin so that latest features you will get. Stable plugin, you have the ODK support, but if you switch on the experimental plugin, you will find the latest version of the QRealTime and all other servers. So this the plugin currently installed is the latest one. So this is the latest one. This is the experimental plugin. So you just need to enable that and you should be able to use it. So I will make sync on again and let's see. So at 2:55 I have stopped syncing. Now if I start syncing again, so any new submission is there that I should be able to find out. Okay, so we have some submission from Anantnag also. Very good. So it's north to south, even out of India also. I can see some people are joined this course and able to collect the data. Okay, guys. With this, I conclude my session, today's session. Thank you. Thank you very much.